welcome. This is Sacred Space, first podcast called The Meeting
Sounds like
Point.
2026 is going to be named Discipline and Capacity. Because if we have the boundaries on our
Okay, a
emotions,
caterpillar
the boundaries
has
on what we
evolve to become a butterfly. But imagine if it's like, oh no, I'm supposed to be a caterpillar, I'm turning into this, and it stops and it goes back.
Now my perspective now changed because it's still God as the head and me as his daughter, you know?
Yeah.
So it's still evolving, it's still changing, I'm still growing. So that never, like you said with the brain, that should never stop.
Welcome to the meeting point.
Welcome to The Meeting Point. I'm so glad you guys were able to join in tonight and listen to the conversation that we have tonight for you. So I want to introduce you to our guest that we have, but I want to introduce myself first. I'm your host, Selia Payne. I'm a computer science major at Southern University and also the head minister over the children's ministry. And tonight I have a few special guests from Sacred Space Ministries with me. I have nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, Minister Talton Jet. Would you like to say something?
What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing out there? Jet 2 holiday, I guess.
Period.
TikTok.
And to the right of me, I also have Minister Donna, who's our number one listener and your best friend.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Yeah, she's a quiet person.
Yes.
But we're going to have to open her up tonight and we're going to let you into her life for a little bit. And on my far left, I have our other minister who's also over the children's ministry, Minister Alexis.
Hello, how y'all doing?
And yes, and while it looks like everyone is very shy right now, we're definitely going to allow the floor to open up. Okay, so a little background on the meeting point. This first started off with just a few friends of mine, and we decided to meet up at my mother's house to have Bible study and to just fellowship and reflect on the things that God has done for us. And why not turn that into something wide where everyone can be involved? So we created a spot where God meets us where we are. The case, the meeting point.
The meeting point.
So tonight, this night is basically on a reflection. We're going towards the new year, and we want to reflect on the things that God has done for us in this past year that we've been through. Because let's be honest, sometimes God does not bless you in every year. He sometimes exposes your weaknesses so that you can fix them. So for my people, I'm going to have to pull a little harder on you guys today because I need everyone to understand that not every year is a blessed year. Okay? And if it was, hooray to you, because we love blessings and we love for them to rain down. So my first question tonight, you guys, is what did this year reveal for you? Not just what it took, but what did it reveal to you? And looking back at it, I can honestly say that life this past year has revealed my communication skills on how I talk to people, how I, interact with other people who I may not know or know the language barriers that you have to cross. Children, that language barrier, talking to them, communication with them, being over the children's ministry, you have to talk with a gentle spirit and you have to be very kind. It's not always aggressive, So looking back, God definitely exposed the communication side of me. He definitely showed me where my weakness was, and he brought me through some difficult trials, but we still here, okay? Mm-hmm. So I want to hear from you guys. How has God revealed, or what did he reveal for you for this
125.
Year?
So just take a moment of silence.
It's been a year.
So I was revealed that I got to cross over. I have a grandkid now.
Oof.
So I'm a parent.
Yeah.
I gotta cross over. I'm not the young person no more. I'm more of I gotta be a mentor. I gotta be a role model now.
Yes. So you stepped into mentorship this year.
I've always been in it since probably 35 plus, but
Oh, well, are we
I didn't
exposing
want
the
to
age
necessarily
right here?
accept it, but this year, God was like, you gotta be
Yeah.
a role model.
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
You're a grandparent.
Yeah.
I can't do certain things as a grandparent anymore.
Right. Right.
I'm already, a Christian and things you can't do. But now it's another level.
So you've been stretched to a new level of maturity because
Like-
you never stop growing. Really.
I have a son, he's in first grade. He gets real grades now.
Yes.
Not just,
Colors.
colors. And the teacher called and had to have a conference about, a little slippage. But that was a reality check on the parent because it's not his fault. He come home, do what he do. It's the parents, like, you're just letting them, you're not going over, you got to do homework now. You
Right.
got real grades. So that's me. That's,
Yeah. That sounds like a workload.
Yeah.
So
Sound like he has been stretched definitely in 2025. I would say 3 things for me. With capacity, there's a need for discipline. And discipline is not something that, there's discipline where you're getting a spanking, but there's also discipline where, okay, you can only spend this amount of money this month, that kind of responsibility.
Right.
I learned that this year. I learned how to juggle and manage more than one thing. And man, it has been tough. And Selia has helped me so much with that because anxiety was through the roof.
I'm so glad I was a helpful
Yeah,
person.
I'm so thankful. I also learned that I have to take care of my mental health because it's kind of like when you're in a marriage, when you get married, all you do is highlight the things that were already there. And so when I came into the ministry around the children, it kind of highlighted some things that I did not heal within myself. And so I had to be more serious about healing those things. So, that's my answer.
Okay.
Oh, and sometimes you have to still go forth in what God told you to do, even while you're healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I like that. You still got to move forward. We're moving forward. Minister Donna?
Well, yeah, speaking of moving forward, that's part of it. That's kind of the latter half. I honestly, what first came to mind when you brought up that question was that, as cliche as it sounds, but it's very personal to me, 2025. No is a complete sentence.
Yes. Period. Now.
And actually,
it.
that's good.
It's a no
so
for me.
good.
So,
I might say yes.
been in a very busy season this year, but my capacity has been stretched, but it's also been stretched just me taking on too much, just because I'm used to taking on so much. And so, yes, so what keeps ringing in my ears that no is a complete statement. And
Definitely.
secondly,
Definitely.
yes,
Period.
Period. No. Period.
And also just knowing what has been given to me or spoken over me, these tasks that God has given me to do, it's time to execute on those things.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you are still the mom, the caregiver, the good listener,
Yes.
but at the same time,
What about Donna?
no, I can't do that. I can't do
Yes,
that.
yes.
So
no for me.
it's not just like a can't, I won't. God has something else for me to do.
Yeah,
instead.
yeah.
I
Do y'all
like
feel
that.
like days have gone by where you've been into like a routine? So you like every day is I do this in the morning and I go into my routine and it feels like it's just a blur. Like,
Well,
Actually-
for me, I don't think that routine or the routine that I've gotten myself into has been a blur. I look at it as a blessing because I'm a person that needs a routine. I need to feel stable and I need to feel like I have, what I'm going to do planned out every day. Just I'm going to do it. And if I got to do that again, that's perfectly fine for me. So it wasn't a blur for me, but, for routines, I love routines. That's me.
And so that's very telling because if you love routines, that means you had to come from a place of chaos to be able to recognize that routine is a blessing.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Definitely came from a place of chaos, y'all. I mean, I have been disorganized all through high school. I've been disorganized. My mama has been disorganized, y'all. But we both grew and learned how to enjoy organization and enjoy the routine. The routine is something that's it's given to you so that you don't fall out of place. It creates the order. So for me, it's order. When I hear routine, I hear order. Like,
So that's more routine it's like you're looking forward to that routine to keep the order to do
To keep my
what you
peace.
want to do.
Right.
yes,
Period.
That's a different type of routine. The routine I'm talking about is more mundane, like, all right, I got to get up.
going through the
gotta
motions. I think that's what you're talking
like,
about.
Yeah.
At work, I got a set line of uniforms I wear. Well, not uniforms, but like I don't have a big wardrobe.
Variety of
So
it.
it's like a routine. Like these my 5 little 6 shirts. In the winter, these my little lineup for long sleeves. So it's like mundane.
Yeah.
So the reason I asked that question because I read a post on Facebook and it was talking about the brain and the neurons and how stuff is linked. And it said the brain stops recording to like save space in your, like, as it's efficient. Your body wants to be as efficient as possible. So if you're doing something like mundane routine, your brain will stop recording. So it's like
Because it's not learning anything new.
it's not learning anything new. So that's why it feels like a blur because it's literally not recording the stuff.
That's
The
what the
same
need for the
space.
extra stretch is.
But if you make it a point to learn something new, then it records everything. And it feels stretched and every time feels slower because now your brain is recording
Wow.
everything.
Crazy thing, you said that. I've never had a day where something did not interrupt my routine. Now, I love a good routine.
So that's
But for
that's-
me, there's always something going on. So it's always something new for my brain to record. It is always something new that is happening. I'm like, okay, all right, let me get back on track. But I mean, now that I know it,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Well, I can speak to that for sure as a parent, getting into that habit
Yeah,
and structure. I would say what has been convicting for me is that, yes, I may have a calendar for everything else. I need to make sure that I'm managing my time that I, 1, in rest, and 2, in rest and time that I spent with the Lord. So that's moving forward into 2026. I did not do that well in 2025, so I've got to get better at that moving forward.
Okay. So I want to go ahead and take us back to the first question that I asked, which was, what did God reveal for you this past year? And I want to get a little bit deeper. Were there any capacities and limits to the revelations that you've gotten this year? Were there any things that you felt limit you this year, or even just, broaden your capacity of how you take things? Me, constructive criticism, I definitely had to make some capacity, some room for me to accept constructive criticism. And so we know we have our limits and we have patterns that we get into, like you say, the routines. Were there any things that we realized that we got into? What were the patterns? What were the limits for this year? Go ahead, Minister Talk.
You're a computer science major?
Yes, I am.
Have you started programming?
I did.
How you like that?
It's repetitive.
Like you learning C?
I'm learning C++.
This is like nerd stuff. So
Okay. Yeah,
bear with
this
us.
is the nerd stuff.
I'm gonna have to come back because I started a computer science class, and
Oh wow.
I was actually a computer science major at one point in college.
Oh yeah?
That was like my first major,
Oh wow.
and I had to go through programming. That wasn't my thing.
wasn't mine.
That wasn't my thought of what computer science was.
Wasn't mine either.
So I did it for a little bit. I dropped it, and then I changed my major.
Yeah.
So-
I was on that path of dropping it, y'all, and then I was like, look, God is going to give me the space
Yeah,
for
don't quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you choose computer science?
it. Just because I like robotics, and I like
Okay.
building things, and I like the idea of aerospace.
Wow, I've
So-
never heard a woman say that.
Yeah, I love the idea of aerospace and spacecraft, so I thought my way in would be through computer science, and then they said, ma'am, get behind a computer and start coding.
All
because
right.
that's what it is, So
It's like the framework. It's like you have
It
to
is.
learn that language to do
it's
everything
the
else.
foundation of everything.
Yeah.
It's,
So
it's the foundation.
I started that class, and I got to that point. I was like, oh, I'm back at. I was 19, like 18. I'm back at 18.
Yeah.
I ran from this for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like I'm back here. How did I get here?
But do you have the capacity for it now?
I do. I understand it. I understood it a little better, but it's still hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not even, I didn't got off track with that. But, so that was a routine. I had started that class, and then I started another course, and I was doing this, doing that. And then it started to just get heavy, because then the stuff with my kids, I'm like, wait, am I neglecting them by doing all of this? So it was at one point I was like, you know what? This don't really matter. That don't really matter. This don't really matter. I'm going to just not do all of that. Because the reason behind it is like, okay, do I want to, I'm in hospitality. Do I want to retire and have my full career in hospitality? Do I want to change, gears? Am I prepared to do that if something happened? Like, COVID happened and you got the different hospitality. My industry, we've survived, but other hotels went under, they shut down. So do I want to be in a position? So it's like, I was just trying to add another skill. And I was like, am I neglecting my kids and family trying to chase this?
Right.
So I just stopped it.
So I have a question for you. At any point during this time where you felt overwhelmed, was there a certain prayer that got you through? Like, was there a certain thing or a certain scripture that got you through this time? Because, that seems like it was very overwhelming. And the only thing that I could think that would ground me is a certain scripture or just a certain prayer that I would say, like, Lord, give me the capacity. Lord, give me, strength.
I would say just asking God to reveal where he wants me to go, because I was trying to drive and do what I thought.
Yeah. And so let him take control.
It was really like I had to, like, Jesus take the wheel. I had to let go and just go with where he takes me.
Yeah.
And that's been better.
Yes. So thank God, because we want God to take control of our lives. The whole point of living is to see out his will and not our own desires. So when that happens and we're doing the things that we love, I want to go ahead and venture in computer science. I want to be there for my children. I want to do these things. But we also have to remember that the whole point of living is to see out his will.
Amen.
So because we're seeing out his will, sometimes we get distracted and overwhelmed because we are doing the things that we want to do. And this is my desire. I really, really want to do this. I really want to go out. I really want to do this. But how am I contributing to God's will? How am I seeing out what he planned for me to do? Right? So when we're in those positions, we have to automatically look up and say, God, am I completing your will? Right now, this is overwhelming. So am I taking on a load that is not in your will? Am I taking on new identities that you didn't ordain for me? Because it could be that maybe I'm not supposed to be doing all these things at one time. It could be a way that you have structured it for me already. You preordained this. But, I think it's good that you went through that, because it showed you that I need to lean on him. I need to ask for your will before I go and just go willy-nilly chasing all my desires and what I want to do.
I got the solution, not you guys.
Yeah. I think that's that sums up my 2025. When he told me that I was supposed to do ministry with the children, it's not that I don't like children or anything like that. I just never saw that for myself. So it was a hard thing to accept. Yeah. And I remember a pastor told me when I was receiving a word from him, he said the scripture where he was like, lean not on your own understanding. And I had no idea why he said that at that moment. But now that I look back, it's kind of been the whole year. Lean not on your own understanding, and all your ways acknowledge him. He would direct your paths. Okay. And so when I got put in that situation, I was like, wait a minute, you want me to lead all these children? And then not only that, I got the word that it's going to be bigger than here. Right. So I'm like, whoa, me and all of them children, you want me to do that? But I think that family, like your family in Christ is so important, because I was able to lean on Selia. Yeah. She's stronger in areas where it comes to managing multiple things. Like she says, she does computer science. I'm clinical lab science, and I'm a lab geek. So I'm usually sitting off I'm a loner. I usually go hide off on the side and be goofy by myself. Right. And now I'm called to go and lead children. I'm a great mom. I love my children. I am very much big on disciplinary, but not so far as like spanking. I like to have conversations with my children. I believe that is so necessary. And I think that this year for, like I said, the disciplining capacity, that has been kind of hard for me because I am a spontaneous mom. So I like to get up and go do things how I want to do it for the day. Kids, what y'all want to do today, you know?
Yeah.
But when you coming into such leadership like this, it requires you to have more of the routine, like what he was talking about. And I have a hard time with that because I do feel like I'm just going, what you called it?
And emotions?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in emotions, trying to look at it more of the norm now. So that's my answer for it all.
I like that answer. I really, really do, because it brings me into my next question. And it seems like the topic tonight, when we do the reflection, is about a lot of things that we probably failed at, or we didn't, or we couldn't complete, right? And the next thing, and I'm going to ask Minister Donna because I want to hear from her, because she is a lovely soul, guys. Minister Donna, why do you think people consider the exposure of failure as this drawn out destruction instead of just looking at it as, you know, new information or a betterment of themselves? Like, we look at it as if basically like, okay, I failed at this, whoop-de-doo. This is considered something that I'll never do again, or, you know, I didn't learn anything from it. Why do you think people just go directly to that instead of just saying, you know, this is my new way of looking at it? You know,
you're
I
saying,
didn't fail at this.
Yeah,
you know, I learned not to do this anymore. And I think this generation, I'm just going to speak for my generation, guys, because I'm a part of that younger community. That for this generation, a lot of them, you know, they look at failures a different way than before. It's not something that I can say, oh, okay, I'm going to learn.
How did we look at it before?
Before, I can say, my mother used to tell me, when she looked at failure, you know, for failure, for her, it was more of just like motivation. It was not failure. She didn't consider it failure. This is how I beat it the next time. This is me designing a better plan, you know. Now it's more of, you know, I've said it, I spoke it out into the world that I'm a failure.
You know what
It
comes
didn't
to my
work.
mind when you saying that, comparing the old to the young? Y'all, you familiar with, you're a gamer.
Yes, I'm a gamer.
You kind of familiar with,
Not at all.
A little bit.
well, like in the 80s, 90s, we had the Nintendo.
Oh, I had the Nintendo.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I love the Nintendo.
the Nintendo games was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I rarely beat one, and if you was gonna fail, like over
and over
it's-
again.
you just have to restart. Nowadays, you could save, you could respawn.
Oh, is it
codes.
Chico? Yeah.
Like it's easier,
It is easier.
and it's very little failure, and you're not. I mean, that's a stretch, but you're not experiencing, like even when you're younger, experiencing losing and failing. You start to connect the dots different. You don't think you just have to try again.
Right.
And you kind of building that up without really, you subconsciously, okay, I just have to try again. So now when you get older, I just have to try again. It's just like,
Right. And that's
Okay.
resilience. It goes to that.
I'd like to add, it's rooted in your perspective. So if you're taught that this should motivate you to better yourself, a better version of yourself, then that's what was modeled in your household. So that's what you're endeavourably, that's what you're going to repeat.
Yeah.
If I could just change that just a little bit and not stay on the opposite spectrum of it. If you're used to hearing, well, you made a mistake, you didn't do that right, then you're going to now identify yourself with that failure.
Right.
So it's a matter of perspective. So, and what, as a believer, obviously I want to say inherit, but the Holy Spirit lives inside of you. So that comforter is always reminding you of who your true identity is.
Correct.
So I would say for most people, just putting a broad, general statement on is rooted for me. And I just learned this just from personal experience and a lot of reading. So I'm gonna give you a clinical answer. It's rooted in one or two things, either fear or shame. And inversely, what happens is you identify with that mistake if you're constantly faced with it. Like, okay, Lord, then I must not be doing something right.
Right.
I'm not enough in this area. What do I need to work on? Versus let me just try to, maybe I could just learn this code, or somebody here who can speak this into me. It changes your perspective.
Yeah.
So without having that, you're going to default to the thought, your
I
negative
think-
thoughts that keep spiraling.
I think I was more so like in the middle.
Okay.
Sometimes I would have the perspective, like she would say, I would use it as a motivation. Yeah. But then there's other times, I guess certain areas where like Ezekiel had to speak to the dead bones. I had those moments where shame was there. And I mean, like Dr. Harry's group helping so much with that, because like
And that's
trust.
that's the book club.
Yeah,
right?
trust. The book club, which Sacred Space Ministries provide for the ministers and all the team and all the people who are here as members. We have like a book club for mental health. Very good. If you know, you join Sacred Space, maybe you can see about that. But yeah, shame, fear. Yeah, she was
Being
so
in that
right
community
on.
changed your perspective. Like while I experienced this thing, I'm learning now, hey, don't get caught up in those thoughts that are spiraling out of control. What I can do is continue to seek truth as you spend more time in community and in God's word.
Yeah, and I think knowing that people are gifts helps a lot, because you'll start to see that everybody's different and everybody's had different walks of life. And so you have to respect that and kind of sit where you are, if you might be stronger in that area, and recognize, hey, I have what this person needs, and speak to that part rather than building on the shame or tearing them down anymore. You know, I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we coming with the juice tonight, y'all. This is real tea, y'all. I have I don't drink tea, but I drink coffee. I have my coffee here tonight, y'all, because I want to dive a little bit deeper. I'm so glad that you guys are opening up tonight, allowing the people to understand a little bit about your lives, and then also understanding that, one, this is a commonplace. So something that you may be going through, other people may be going through, or something that they experience. So this reflection tonight is because we want to, one, have awareness for everyone and let them know that you're not alone, that we hear you, and that we've probably been or had the same year just like you. So going into this next question, because I definitely want to dive a little deeper, and I'm so glad we got into the point of motivation and moving forward. So is there something in your life, I want you guys to think for a second, is there somewhere in your life where you felt like God continued to allow this thing to happen every year? Or is there something that's repetitive that you see every year? You know, is something that continues to happen and happen? Is it because he needs you to learn this lesson? Or is it because, you know, this is just my reoccurring blessing that he has for me? You know, for me, I know that something that repeats itself is definitely, and I guess I'll say it's these men.
What?
It is these men.
Is it?
It
Or
is.
there a
The side
common-
is hilarious.
Or is there a common denominator that begins with
I don't
an
think it's
S?
men.
You know, let me make this statement better. I think it's the distraction of men for me.
There we go.
So when I have, you know, things that I set, or goals that I set, sometimes I can get distracted with new people that come into my life, and I kind of lose the focus of what I was going after, right? And sometimes we do that. And for some reason, God said, Leah, you haven't mastered it yet. What are you doing? And I'm over here like, I'm trying. I'm trying to stick to the plan. I don't know why I got distracted, okay? And it's real out here, because let's be honest, if you're not married, it's a different ball game, you know? So for me, reflecting this year and thinking about all the years in the past, I can definitely say that when it comes to men and things like that, for relationship wise, I definitely find myself losing myself, and I'm trying to figure out how to break that pattern, because it keeps reappearing in my life. And I do not want that. I want to stay focused, you know, but because I'm such a helper, sometimes I get so focused on helping that person. I get so focused on being the rock for that person instead of being, you know, there for myself. And seeing out the plan that I set in the beginning of the year. You know, we all got them resolutions. We all got them resolutions, and I'm like, God, you know what? I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna, your girl gonna be on her A game with this, you know? And then boom.
Well, I think I had the answer immediately when you start talking. Boundaries.
Boundaries. I like that.
You need boundaries. I'm trying not to dig.
What's the
Boundaries. That's the word that she gave me.
2026.
No explanation behind it. Just boundaries.
Okay.
what's the
I don't want to get in your
goal
business.
Certain goals.
of the relationship? I guess if you're starting to, you say you're starting to lose yourself and you're starting to be a helper.
I got
Are you,
Boundaries.
working towards being married to that person? Because those traits typically come with a wife. So
She is a wife.
those instinctual traits start to overtake your personal goals.
Yes.
Which they should, but your I guess reaction is to, no, I need to keep myself. So you're fighting the natural, like, okay, a caterpillar's got to evolve and become a butterfly, but imagine if it's like, oh no, I'm supposed to be a caterpillar, I'm turning into this, and it stops and it goes back. So
And
now
it's
you
not
go back to
evolved
being a
completely.
caterpillar.
Are you pouring from an empty cup?
Let me add to that. As a
That's a lot of questions. Go
yes, that is a very very loaded question.
sorry.
So let's transition. Not really, but I was married for 14 years, and your illustration about the caterpillar is spot on. So when you come from a stable environment and you're used to things being done a certain way, like my role as a wife, as a mother, my marriage actually ended just this year.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I feel like, okay, that part of me died, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know? So I lost a sense of self, but yet still you're evolving. And so I would say for me in 2025, one, God reaffirmed who he is, which the scripture tells us that God is love.
Right.
But what he constantly revealed to me over time and has is that he's provider. So while I may have lost that area, or what you feel like, okay, well, I'm not in a situationship where my boo thing at, it's like, well, my perspective now changed because it's still God as the head and me as his daughter, you know?
Yeah.
So it's still evolving, it's still changing, I'm still growing. So that never, like you said with the brain, that should never stop. But it's unfortunate that that situation did end, but it still showed me a different side of God that I hadn't seen because I might have just got clouded by all these different roles that I played, you know?
Right. No, you guys are all right. And I think it goes back to that one liner that Lexus gave us, boundaries.
Yes.
And it's boundaries within yourself. And, we do set these boundaries. And I think that looking back, and then I'm so glad I didn't turn 24 this year. God allowed me to make it to the year of the age of 24. Okay, so I'm so glad I'm able to reflect on those decisions and past decisions because I think I came to the conclusion of boundaries for breaking that cycle because it is a cycle that I want to definitely break. Something that I'm working towards. And also, being there for myself, y'all. Because, I'm always pushed this way and that way. So sometimes you lose yourself when you're trying to
do all the things
everything
about
that
everybody
else.
See, no, it's a no.
I understand.
No, it's
No.
the answer.
No, it's the answer.
It all
No,
goes
it's
back
just
to,
that simple.
It all goes back to God's will too, because
Yeah.
I'm a natural helper too.
Yeah.
So I can lose myself too. But it also goes back to if I'm following my will or God's will.
Yeah.
Because sometimes God's will is for you to
Do the things.
do all of those things.
Yeah.
But you want to do what you want to do too. I got my own goals too.
Yes.
So that is like, am I getting in the way of God's will or is God's will getting in the way of my will?
I definitely found myself this year saying like, hey, God, am I following the will? Like, am I following the will when people ask me what to do? Or like, can you come help me with this? Can you, like, is this your will? Before I go and add this to my list, is this your will?
Well,
Please tell me.
It sounds like 2026 is going to be named discipline and capacity. Because if we have the boundaries on our emotions, the boundaries on what we will do, the boundaries on what we will say yes to, those all fall in line with boundaries of discipline and capacities. What's your capacity? How much emotional you can give to somebody?
Right.
Like if I come to you every day with a situation, can you really handle that?
You'll be
You'll
like,
feel
"No,
drained, right? But knowing our limits, like, okay, this is how much I can give of me today. I'm not going against God's will, but I'm taking care of my soul.
Yeah.
And I think that all of us have said something similar tonight, that we've been helpers overpouring.
Yeah.
So I think that 2026, I think that we need to be more structured.
Also have to pour from the overflow too. A lot of
Right,
times
right,
man.
right.
we just
No, that's
put in
me.
our cup and we're like, okay,
Be
I got
empty.
this much.
Feel a little for you.
So we're not
Flick.
letting God fill our cup up to
Right.
where it's like overflowing, and now we just like, and we're never empty. So we have to. That's the fruit of the spirit. I think that was one of my when we did the
Yeah.
Cultivate this.
Cultivate this. Because here at Sacred Space, when we have our
Sunday service.
Sunday service, y'all. Thank y'all. Help me.
Yes.
When we have our Sunday service, we like to do a little cultivate this in the morning, where we have a little short lesson on the topic, whether it be love, peace, kindness, things like that.
forgiveness was mine. Yeah.
So, forgiveness was Minister Talton.
And
so
kindness.
yeah. And honesty, we love that. So I want to go back to my question, y'all, because we're not gonna skip over my
Okay,
question.
I
It was a
gotta
good question.
I got to answer for it.
What's repeating in your life? What's
So-
going on?
Yeah.
For me, it's a lot of stuff. I'm married, so naturally that stuff comes to mind, but I won't go there because it's not me. For me, I like to start stuff. I like new ideas. So I don't necessarily have a big circle of friends or like a group, but I'm the idea person. So I like to start it and get it going. And then around that middle point where it's like, it's going to take some elbow grease and work now.
Yeah.
I didn't had another 2 or 3 ideas pop up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to hurry up. I need to get to these other things before I forget. And so it never gets anywhere and it just sits there. Then I go to the next things.
Yeah.
Excited, started, get it going. Next thing.
Now you ready for the
start.
next idea?
Then you get to about August, September, you're like, man, I didn't get nothing done. I got all this stuff.
Right.
So it's like that continues, and then it's like the season. Now I want to do music. Okay, well, I don't feel like doing music anymore. Now I want to be a content creator. I'm only getting 1 like
Structure.
10 views.
That's what I'm saying.
crazy.
Discipline.
Now I want to do.
I ain't gonna say that because I'm kind of like Mr. Talton here.
Spontaneous.
Like I love to switch it up. I love to say, oh, okay, 1 minute I'm an artist, and then the next minute I'm a librarian, and I'm gonna put you on all the new books. Hey, I read that this week.
Yeah,
week.
why don't you
But
put me on?
I think it all comes to time management. I had to honestly be real with myself with that, and I think it comes with time management. So is time management something that you struggle with, or is it just something that you don't know where to place your time?
For me, I don't think it's time management as an issue. It's the available time. I
That
have.
part.
When I was
What a busy
20
man.
When I was 20 something, I went to work and then I went home.
Yeah.
I ain't had that many friends, so I just did whatever I wanted for
Hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I go to work. I have a wife. I have 2 kids.
Obligations.
The ministry. I
You
got
have a
all the other stuff
granddaughter.
on.
Yeah.
Grandkid now, but that's like few days now.
Yeah.
But so I got and then I got sleep.
Yes.
Because I used to could stay up like till whatever time and get up
Right.
and go. I need 8 hours, 7 hours now. I got it. So that's blocked off. That's in there.
Yeah.
So I got about a 4-5 hour window. Like, if it's not an off day, if I go to work, I got a 4-5 hour window. I got to do all of this stuff. So in my mind, when I think of something, it's like, okay, I only have 4 hours to get this from start to finish.
Right.
Can I do it? No, I can't. What else can I do? So I'm stressing myself out trying to finish the project in 4 hours.
Yeah. So do you think that this year now, looking back on all that, because it's repetitive, do you think that this year you're going to carve out some personal time longer? Do you think that you need more personal time to yourself so that
what
these
it sounds
projects
like.
get done?
That's what I
You
said.
know,
And
like
you
take
have
some
this
time to
calendar.
actually experience
I'ma
life
just
again.
stop.
Be selfish with
I'ma
it.
just that's where I got to the point where I was doing the class and all that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just not do that. It's gonna be there,
Yeah.
and I'll go.
And do the other
I think that's
projects.
the struggle of creatives, period. Because when you're creative, you will be working on one thing and then another idea, ooh, I want to do that. And you find out how creative you are, but now you have a bunch of projects that you haven't completed. So it goes back to, like you say, time management, structure, discipline, those things. Yeah. Especially in a 24-hour span, you got kids, you got the grandkid, you got the church leaning on you. I know we definitely lean on you, Talton.
And Sacred Space has been a blessing too, because I remember prior to joining and coming across the ministry, I had started, I believe God told me to start a podcast, and I thought I heard him say Secret Place.
The secret
And
place.
I had a podcast called Secret Place, and
Yeah.
I built this set and all of that. And then fast forward, we did it for like 6 months, a year, and then everybody kind of just dispersed. So I was like,
Where did everybody go?
what happened? Like, I thought this was it. You brought them to me.
Yeah.
It was like, no, I was training you.
Yeah.
Have mercy. Wow.
This the training. That was a training period, y'all. That was a training
For
period.
what?
For
And
this.
then Sacred Space comes, and I'm
The
like,
meeting point.
oh, okay.
That's what this
Yeah.
was for.
And so I love that, because we have a fully grown professional right here in the midst, y'all, and he's gonna take this podcast to another level. And you know, I'm so glad Minister Alexis finally got out of her shyness, because she's been talking all night, and I want to hear from her what has been repeating in your life. What's been repeating in the past years? Is it something that you want to change? Is it something that you want to keep repeating for you? Like, is it a wealth thing? You want to say, God, thank you for continuing to bless my financials and things like that. Like, this is something that continues to happen for me, you know. So what is it for you?
You all don't know this, but 3 years ago, God found me. I didn't go to him, he found me.
Period.
And he brought me into his word, and I got to encounter him like never before. I always thought I was alone. I always felt like I was figuring it out on my own. I was doing life alone. I was always the one out of my family who did not lean in guilt and shame until God like exposed it, you know,
Yeah.
of course. But I was the one motivating them. So coming in all this year, it seems it just keeps meeting me that he is there. You know, I don't have to try to rely on anyone else. I don't have to go and find help in anyone else. He is my source. He said that he is our shepherd and we lack nothing.
Yeah.
And so when we lack nothing, that means that everything that we need is already on the inside of him. And because he is on the inside of me, I have everything I need. And so I think that the biggest thing is just trusting him, allow him to mend those places that needed healing, and then literally just jumping off, not knowing, you know, what's going to happen and being okay with it. That's so hard when you're used to heartbreaks and stuff like that. So trust and knowing that he is my source in everything. Yes, he is. It's easy to say until you actually have to, you know, jump off a ledge.
I like that. I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to having to go through these situations where God is teaching them to just trust him. And I like that you're learning to trust him, because the more that you trust him, the more, you know, that you give him, you know, your all, he take care of all your situations. And I just love when you start ministering. So
It just
don't
happens
stop.
organically.
Do not stop doing that. Okay, guys. And, you know, it brings me to the next question. Mr. Nana, we got you with this question,
Yep,
huh?
I lead
All
with
right.
it.
All right, cool. I don't want to leave anybody out, because I want everybody to express how they feel and to say exactly what's on their heart and what the people might relate to, okay, and learn from. So tonight, I definitely want to ask, on the topic of reflection, I want to ask, when it comes to your family, because we know that families, for me, families they play a big part in my life. I'm very family oriented. When it comes to family, reflecting back on your family this year, did you see yourself growing closer with family when it comes to a relationship with the church, or drawing them in closer, or just your relationship period with your family? Because I think the topic of family should be discussed, because this ministry that we're a part of is based off of family values. We're based off of things that we want to bring in, these family principles that we want to have into the church. And so I want to know, how is your family? How are you dealing with your relationships with family? Things like that this past year. Let's reflect back on family for a minute. Minister Talton, come on, Jet 2 holiday. I need. We looking for the jet, y'all. He's a new granddaddy
how
too.
How deep family we going? We talking like immediate? We talking about extended?
I'll keep it broad. I'll keep it structured. I ain't gonna keep it broad. I'm gonna say immediate family. Sisters, brothers, wives, husbands, if you have them. Things like that. We're not gonna go all the way down the family tree, because I do not know all y'all family. One day I might get a chance to meet them in the house of the Lord, but immediate family. How has your relationship grown with Christ and with you this past year?
I start just kind of household, wife, kids. We got back into church.
Yes.
We started in the church as a couple, and then we kind of, I don't know, it was the pandemic. Everybody went online. We had to, and then when everything kind of opened back, we were like on and off, and then we just kind of went to off, and then it got to the point where like in-laws and our elders were like, I ain't seen you in church in a while. What's going on?
They pay attention.
So when you start hearing the question, it's like, yeah, because in your mind you're like, okay, I'm gonna go, or I watched it online.
Right.
But we've always been in ministry, and it was like we're not being used to do anything. What's going on?
We're just here.
I made it a point to find. I just felt the church that we were at. I didn't feel drawn to it for some reason.
Yeah.
It's not a knock on it. It's great.
Right.
I like it. I just don't think I was active enough. I just felt like I was just
There.
participating.
Yeah, I remember.
And I felt like there was something I needed to do. So I started to search and came across Sacred Space, and it was almost like I'm a reserved person. I don't really like. I talk when I get to know you.
Yeah.
But first time, I'm not,
In your face.
hey, like that's my wife. She come in, she make friends, work the room.
Oh yeah, she definitely can make
I'm
a
a
friend real
watch
fast.
and learn first. But when I first, came to, it was a Bible study, I was like, it was like I knew y'all already. Like I
Felt like home.
Felt
open
like
and comfortable.
family.
Sacred.
That was different. So I was like, yeah, this is
where I
it.
need to be.
And then I kind of saw where the ministry was and how I fit with it. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a part of the family. I can fit.
This
right
is my
there.
spot. Yeah.
And I actually was like, they got somebody back there. Let me see. You know what you're doing back here. You need some help.
Yeah.
And I was welcome. It was like I'm coming in and what you want.
Right.
This is my spot.
Right.
It was like, no, we need. Come on, we need help. Come on. So it just grew and evolved. But I think for a family, that was something.
The biggest takeaway.
Not the biggest takeaway, but
Okay.
one of the main things for us is getting back involved in
the church,
the body, the church, in the kingdom. As far as like my overall family, to be continued. It's a hot topic. There's some dynamics that I've always been really big on family. So I would just label my family as broken.
Yes.
Broken and segmented. I've always kind of been, just growing up, the common point between like you have your uncles, their family, the link between everybody.
Yeah.
And when I went away to college, I was gone,
And it was
they
kinda
had
like
no
no glue.
link.
Right.
So everything fell apart. I feel like everything fell apart around that time, and I just never had. Most of them are in the same city. I'm not there to.
Mediate.
Yeah, I'm not there to mediate. So, and then I was just from afar, like, y'all letting it burn, like,
Yeah.
and I'm not coming to fix it neither, because I'm here. I'm doing my thing. I'm not.
Right.
I can't carry that weight no more. So, at some point, it's gonna have to get fixed. But that's always in the back of my mind. Like, when y'all gonna, y'all know what y'all need to do. Y'all just gonna be separate.
Right.
But
The longer
my
it
wife refers to me
takes.
as the chosen one. So I guess I'm supposed to fix it, but
And maybe God
2026.
will definitely use you to bring your family back together. So hopefully we're going to pray that is the case, that you are the glue and that you allow God to come in and mend relationships. For you, Minister Alexis, how has it for family-wise? I know you have 2 daughters who are part of the ministry as well, very beautiful and talented at that. So how has family been?
Oh man. When I first started raising my children, I was not doing it Christ-centered. So when I finally came, and surrendered completely, it actually went well.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it went well. My kids it came out right on time. My daughter was struggling in school. The teachers were very discouraging at the school she was at. And it really messed with her confidence. And she would have this stutter. But when she started to read the word, we would read it together and she just started flowing.
Yeah.
And I said, look at you, you're reading, you're doing it good,
Right.
So she started to have a hope in Christ. And she joined a dance team. The dance team did not accept her there. I put her in dance team at another ministry. And she did wonderful. The leadership there really worked with her. So she fell in love with Christ in her seasons of, I guess, I don't want to say brokenness, but challenge. Let's say that.
Challenge.
In her challenge. My siblings, actually, they've been very inspired by me. I think I have been aggressive sometimes because of the zeal and the Holy Spirit. But they've been very inspired. They've been reading their word. I see them posting about Jesus. My brother is one that it's taken some time, but I remind myself that we all have a declared day and that if I just continue to pray for him and plant seeds, then all is well. It is well with our soul. And so,
What's the hierarchy? You the middle, oldest?
I'm the middle. My oldest is
you're
in
the
Texas. She actually is the one who is the mediator.
I'm a middle child.
And when
too.
she
It's okay.
left,
Y'all middle children.
It's okay. I'm a middle child too. We love the middle child. Okay, so
I'm the oldest, so
see, my older sister,
we have here the oldest guys.
my
You know
oldest,
his
we
age.
run things.
my oldest sister, she is actually like Talton, and they have similar personalities and
Right.
everything. But she actually mediates in the family, and when she moved off, dysfunction. And it just kind of stayed that way. But when she comes to Baton Rouge, then everybody's getting along. I guess it's a grace. I don't know.
For the first child or whatever.
Yeah. And they
We're like-
usually are leaders, the first child. No. I love my big sister. So she's like my second mom. So,
That's
even
good.
with her far away, we still bond, even in the scriptures.
That's good. That's good. And my other host right here, Minister Donna, how has family been this past year?
Let's see. Like Minister Talton is like, how do I curate my response here? But I'm the oldest.
You the eldest?
Yes, I'm the oldest of 4.
Everybody's speaking their age
Yes.
tonight,
No,
guys.
I said I'm the
Everybody's
oldest
speaking
of
it.
4. I'm the oldest of 4. There's this thing I used to say, yes, I'm a believer, a Christ follower. It's not like I have a tattoo of Jesus across my chest. And Pastor, she corrected me and she said, yes, it is. Because there's a light that's just shining from you. And so oftentimes I don't have to say a thing, but like you spoke about your sister, but when I walk in a room, then, you know, we straighten up, you know, we do. I mean, I can play with you. I can have fun. I enjoy music. I love to dance and sing, but there's just certain things that I'm just not going to do.
Yeah.
But as far as like family and raising kids, I'm reaffirming that again. Because like I said, a part of that, I guess, dynamic has shifted or changed. And so now I'm reaffirming as the household leader, spiritual leader.
Yeah.
And I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't say declare this, that we will like designate that time of prayer, whether we're all in the same room, meaning because I have 3 kids, or if I'm on my way somewhere because the schedule changed, that I'm going to set this time aside to make sure they can see what I'm saying is what I'm modeling. Like, this is the life that,
Amen.
you know,
Right. I'm
that mommy
what I
chose,
preach.
you know, and this is what I want for you. Because scripture tells us he came for the world. He does not want any man should perish. He wants everyone to have everlasting life. So just how your heart breaks for your family, your brother, even some of my siblings, they know, but are they living it?
Right.
So does the heart of God.
Yeah.
At the same time, he just as much as you care, he cares so much more
Yes,
for them.
yes, yes.
And so we just want to continue displaying the fruits that we talked about earlier, so that they know and they see the light in you, and your light will reflect on them. And it may highlight some things that they obviously need to work on, because that's what the Spirit does. It will guide and you will convict.
Yeah.
So I feel like just not only just modeling those things, but really living it out.
Amen.
And even if it means, look, I can't do that. See? Saying no.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute, what do you mean no?
Yeah.
What is that? That's called boundaries.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Give me the boundaries, Lord. Okay. So for me, reflecting back on family, I don't think everybody knows that I am a preacher's kid. So both of the pastors, Charlie Fisher and Jamisha Fisher, are my parents of Sacred Space Ministries. And when I look back on family, because I have not yet started a family of my own, so looking back at, you know, siblings and the growth with them, I think that this past year has been a year of growth for us when it comes to getting along. We definitely got along way better this year. You know, we're a blended family at that.
Wow.
So I have a stepfather, but I consider him, you know, my father. But everybody is definitely gelling together. It's more love in the atmosphere this year, looking back. And it allowed all of us this year, I think mainly me, to show how much everybody could really depend on everybody.
Amen.
Meaning, like, you know, I thought that, okay, probably one sibling would probably be like a little bit more selfish than the other, but everybody really helped one another this year. And it allowed me to see the love amongst the family.
Yes.
And I loved it. It was the highlight of this year for me. Seeing siblings, seeing, you know, cousins and everybody just give instead of, you know, being, you know, this is mine. Because, you know, because I think that's something that everybody, you know, with families, they sometimes go through. But this year, reflecting back on my family, I think we gave more to each other than we took.
Wow.
So I'm so grateful for the reflection of that, because it's something that, like I said, highlights my year. But I want to say, guys, I love these answers. I love the reflections. I love, you know, where we're going, where we're going with this message. And I want to kind of bring it to a close, but I have one more question for you guys, just to
Wrap it
sum up what we've been talking about, which is reflection over this past year. And it's basically to just ask you guys, what would you leave behind? What is something that emotionally, spiritually, that you've experienced this year? Or not even just experienced, just something that you've come to know, that you just, hey, I don't want to bring this into 2026. This is something I want to say God delivered me from. This is something that, you know, I'm walking into, and I'm not looking back. I don't want to look back at this situation. I know that, you know, for me, I am not looking back to the what do they call it when you stall yourself? Wait, what do they call it? Procrastination.
Procrastination.
Procrastination is being left in 2025 for me, because I feel like being that I put myself in so many things, sometimes it caused me to just stall myself, because I'm like, okay, I need a break. I'm trying to create a break for myself, and then that break kind of like, it was longer than what expected, probably needed, but it allowed me to procrastinate sometimes when I had certain things to do. And I feel like procrastination, it hinders your goal, and it hinders you from growth. So definitely for 2025, I'm leaving it behind, y'all. It gotta be behind me this year.
Amen.
So for anybody else, is there something spiritually or emotionally, that you feel like you want to leave behind in 2025?
Insecurity, scram.
Yes.
You're not coming with me in 2026. I will not let negative thoughts about myself be reigning over me anymore. I have to pay more attention to what God said about me, rather than what I think, and I could be hard on myself sometimes. That inner critic, I have to say shut up sometimes, but I'm glad I recognized it this year. I did not know that was there, but it ain't coming in 2026.
Okay,
that's my answer.
okay. Insecurities be saying bye. Okay. What about you, Minister Talton? Is there something you're leaving back?
I'm leaving the brakes back.
The brakes.
Yeah. A lot of times I don't know. I feel sometimes I don't go 100 because I feel like I'm shining too much, and I don't want to feel like I'm like stunting out. I don't want to draw too much attention. Like, oh yeah, good, yeah. Good. I don't like all that. I just want to like
step out.
I want to do that, but I don't like when people be like, yeah, oh yeah, go, which you want it, but then you don't want to be like, oh, he just.
You don't like too much attention.
He just stunning. He just bragging.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll
either.
play small, and I can't do that no more. So I'm leaving the brakes.
Yeah.
I'm just go. And
Being
I think
your
I'll
full
finish
potential.
those projects that I say I started and don't finish. I think I'll probably finish them because I'm going to get there quicker.
Right.
Because I don't
Wow.
have no breaks.
God took a bunch of background people and pulled them all to the front. It's like, get to the front.
I love the bag. I love the bag. Come in the bag, baby.
It's fun in the back. I mean, I'm usually in the back because I'm tall.
Shine in the back.
So.
Well, a little bit, I will answer the question, but a little background. I did also graduate from the Southern University.
Ooh, period. Jag.
I majored in mass communication, and that was specifically in journalism. I minored in English, so I enjoy writing. With that being said, I had the chance to work as a producer, so was definitely behind the scenes, behind the camera, calling the shots. So mine is kind of twofold. The first thing that came to mind is obviously the past, the old way of thinking, the old mindset. God is creating a new thing. But the thing that I don't want to admit to, which we talked about routine and structure, I need to let go of control.
Yeah.
Because you get in a pattern. You think you can predict things. Oh, I know the outcome. I can respond this way.
Yeah.
But God has definitely stretched my faith and leading blind, literally feeling blinded, but you're just walking by faith. So, yes, he's definitely breaking that control barrier down. While it looks healthy on the, y'all see it.
Yeah.
Y'all get the things done. Calendar is on point. Everybody get where they need to be. They get there on time.
Yeah.
But spiritually, it's like, okay, so who's really in control? Is it me in this calendar? Or is this me in this task that's complete? Is this me punching in at this job? Or is it really allowing God to minister to me in the areas that I still need to heal?
Oh, I feel conviction, Lord.
And as you're saying that, I'm thinking about the break.
Prophetic.
And it's like, I guess God be talking to me and I be thinking, I'm like,
He just did.
I'm still learning the voice. But it's like, talk to know you shy, but I'm shining through you.
Yes.
And you blocking me from doing what I need to do.
Yes.
So that's what the breaks, I'm stopping God from doing what he needs to do because I'm the shy one. But God is like doing his thing.
Yes.
And he uses me for some reason.
Full disclaimer.
For some reason.
We are all introverts. So this year,
And I'm like,
I'm like in between.
This is real,
what do you
real
call it when you
like-
come out sometimes?
The highest.
I'm
y'all.
not this, I'm not the one. But
but you are.
2 or 3.
But
We
you know,
are.
I'm so glad you guys were able to join us tonight and to sit in on this conversation tonight on the reflection. And I just want to leave with you some things of food for thought. Before you ask God for a new year, ask God and think on what did he teach you this year? What has he taught me? And reflect on the things that he taught you, the new information, the new lessons that you've been through, so that you are able to come into the new year a better person and a better you. Because we want to see a better you in 2026. And thank you for allowing us to create a space for you. This is the meeting point. This is where God meets us where we are and where we meet you where you are. So if you're ready, come and join us again for the next podcast. Good night.
Welcome to the meeting point.